was dope.
I do have a good Oakland story. I
Uh,
went to, there's like a legendary event in Oakland, California, the first something of every month or something like that.
mm,
And it's called Tourette's Without Regrets.
Holy shit.
It's like a burlesque comedy art, like crazy show thing. And at the very
Politically correct, too.
yeah, and at the end of it, after it ends, a bunch of people leave, and then a bunch of people stay, and then they have rap battles. They have a rap battle tournament, and this is like a legendary but minimal part of it. It's actually the smallest part of the event, but it's the thing that I knew it for, obviously, because I'm into that.
yeah.
And they used to have like crazy battles, so I happened to be
Nice.
in San Francisco, and a friend of mine picked me up. He competes at Tourette's Without Regrets, and he wins all the time. His name's Frack.
Shouts to Frack.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Check out Frack's music. And he picked me up and we went to Oakland. And we went to this theater and got into Tourette's Without Regrets. And I told him I was gonna battle, and they let me in for free because you're part of the entertainment then.
Yeah.
And so I watched this event. It was super fun. They do like burlesque, they do like kind of circus shows, and a guy that I know through battle rap who's done much more in his life did a long poem in like Purple Hulk shorts about like a crazy graphic orgy between the Marvel universe, I think. I don't know, it was wild, and he ended up winning like a $200 prize for the
Nice.
performance. So anyway, they have the battles, and I haven't freestyle battled in forever. And there was I battled a girl, and she called me a rapist, and that was pretty much it. Because the crowd there is very like
left
modern,
out there, no?
like progressive.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
some far left
there's a
even.
lot of women, and they're like, woo!
Anything raver.
And she did great too. I didn't do good at all, but I didn't care. It was like for just to have done it, not too much stake in it. So she beat me, and then it ended up being like two girls winning the finals, which was historic. That had never happened
wow.
before. So that was like the dopest night to
What's
lose.
next? A female president?
Hopefully. And they win by battle, not by ballot. So that was a historic night to lose, man, to get beaten on that stage. So that was dope.
Where does the Tourette's come into play?
They just do crazy stuff. The host is like the grandson of L. Ron Hubbard.
Holy shit. For
yeah.
real?
Yeah. And he's like a phenomenal character, very, like devilish guy in his way. And he's just, I don't know, he's a hugely charismatic and whirlwind individual.
But being so on the left, that seems kind of politically incorrect. Just calling something Tourette's.
Maybe so, but that was, I don't know. It's been
certain people get a pass.
It's from like the early
This is before
2000s, man. It's
okay.
from super long ago. And
I'm just wondering where that.
I don't know. I don't think that's
They couldn't find any other words that rhyme with regret.
I don't think that's too bad. Well, nothing is potent. And
Well, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm just surprised, like
Yeah.
out in that part of the country.
nah, they're fine.
You know them?
No, I'm good. Thank you. So, okay. So anyway, that's the setup.
Yeah.
After that, everybody goes out to a bar. I'm at the bar, and we're there for a while, and I get a little drunk. I'm in Oakland, and then it's like 2 a.m., so the bar closes. And I kind of look around, and my friend had met up with like a Tinder date and was gone.
Oh, shit. Who,
Yeah.
Frack or somebody else?
Frack
It was
ditched me.
Frack?
Yeah, Frack ditched me at the bar.
Damn.
And it was like 2 a.m., and I don't use smartphones, right? So I don't have, I can't call Uber.
Oh, okay.
And it's like probably $60 to get back to where I was
Holy
at
fuck.
anyway. And the BART, I think, stops running at like midnight or it's something. It's not that doesn't go that late. So getting back to San Francisco late night is difficult. And I was down by Jack London Square in Oakland. And I just kind
My
of
brother lives out there, so he probably knows those streets.
Yeah, he would know. Those are big spots. So I just kind of like look around. I don't know what to do. So I just say, all right, I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, and this shit's gonna figure itself out.
Like it always does in your life, apparently.
So I sit down and I smoke a cigarette. Steps 1 and 2, obviously.
I like a cigarette.
And
Pull out the lighter.
Yeah, exactly. A couple minutes go by, and this woman next to me looks at me and just goes, "Hi," and introduces herself.
Oh, shit.
And she's like, "How are you?" And I just start talking to her, and we have like a pretty nice conversation. She asks me like how my night's going, and I basically tell her my situation, and just describing it, smoking my cigarette, and we have a nice time talking. And then maybe 10 minutes or so later, she just goes, "My cab is coming to get me. If you would like to come with me, then you just meet me outside."
Damn.
She's like, "I'll be leaving in 5 minutes." I was like,
There you go.
"Okay." So I said, "It was really nice to meet you. Maybe I'll see you some other time." No. So I was like, "Okay, that was it." That was step 3. So I went outside, and I didn't really know. Obviously, I don't really know this woman at all at this point. She was very nice to talk to, very easy to speak with. And then this Uber pulls up, but the way it's set up, it's like the guy driving has the front seat and the passenger seat behind him are open, and then like his mom is in the back right seat of the car. So the woman and I separate and sit diagonally in the car. So obviously, this just isn't like a situation for us to talk. I mean, like, so who are you? Where are we going? Like, what's going on? Yeah, and yeah, so we just ride for like.
The mom was there.
Yeah, I don't know who this woman was.
You can borrow my car, but I have to come with.
Yeah, this is just what I assumed. I have to watch you, Mom. You guys getting into trouble. You light stuff on fire. And so we go for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, and we pull up to a high rise over the lake there. There's a lake in the middle of Oakland. So this is already getting more interesting, you know, because I have no idea.
Creepy.
No, I don't know. I'm pretty, I guess I mean, as you heard from my story the last time, I really just kind of roll with things without getting very weirded out. I'm like, I can handle this. I can handle this.
I can take her.
Just try to see nothing, you know, see if anything's coming. So we get there and we go into the high rise and go to the elevator. And this is right on the lake. So we get in, we go up, we take the elevator. She hits the button 23. We go up to the 23rd floor and we walk over to an apartment, a beautiful modern apartment on the corner of the building. I don't know if you know giant buildings, but the corner is the best vantage spot. Uh-huh. So this is already like, this is like the prestige.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we just walk in. The place is like spotless and beautiful, and she's just like, "Welcome. If you want anything to eat, I'll make you some food." She's like, "I have some weed if you'd like to smoke."
Damn.
And so she just puts on, and I was like, yes to all of those things. So yeah, she just like went, and she went off for a little bit, and I ate and smoked, and I went out on the balcony, and I think I had like a little video camera back then. I just filmed myself, and I was like, "Random old boy, these are the times." It was like, how do you get into these situations?
You should do more on social media if you're doing that.
I'm terrible at that stuff.
Instagram especially.
It's for when I'm old and alone.
Yeah, I
can
gotcha.
Look back on what I did and be like, huh, that was the best times of my life, and I didn't even know it.
Now time to do what those gay guys with AIDS do.
Yeah, hey Pedro, make me a drink. I'm
cocktail.
Getting out of here easy.
What do you call that shit? The pistol and the thing that crushes up?
Mortar and pestle.
Yeah, mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
Get the mortar and pestle out.
Oh my God. So this woman, okay, so we're up there and she's like, she finally, I'm fed, I'm a little high. So she finally tells me what's going on.
Whoa.
She says that she is living in the apartment of a friend of hers. She's a poet and is just finishing her first book. The woman that she met is a benefactor who has loaned her this apartment while she just worked there to finish on the book she was writing, which is pretty cool. So she finished this book, and she had finished it that night after all this. So she met me at the bar, and she said that she wanted to take a beautiful man home with her.
Damn.
So she brought me back.
She didn't find any.
Yeah. And that was the next part. She said, did I tell you this last time?
No.
Yeah. No, her words. She's a poet, beautiful woman. And so
she was attractive?
She was attractive. I don't want to describe her too much because I don't want to affect her integrity.
Yeah.
I looked her up, actually. I haven't talked to her, but she's actually like somewhat big and notable out there.
Nice.
So she then told me, this will probably give her away anyway, but she's a great lady.
The title of the book.
Yeah, she'll never hear this. She told me that she just wanted my company and that her husband had passed away somewhat recently. I can't remember at that point if it was like 2 months or like a year, but it was not that long ago.
Recent, yeah.
Yeah, and so she was still like coping with that whole experience.
Damn.
And what that was like. So she just really wanted somebody to have company with and just be there around her and spend time with her. So it was wonderful, actually. She was a great host. She put on Roy Ayers, which is like a jazz musician.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And I knew that, and then she was extra impressed, which was cool.
Shoot.
She was a bit older than I am. Yeah, that was great. And then
she went to
literally she went to like the big master bedroom, and I went and stayed in the other room, and she was just
you got to stay there. Hell
yeah. She was like, you can just sleep here, and then the maid comes something in the morning, and that was it.
She sounds cool as fuck.
She was awesome. Yeah, that lady was.
Because a lot of women out there are always trying to use this for our bodies. You know what I mean? So it's good to just. Yeah. It's refreshing. I'm sure you felt. Yeah. It felt refreshing to have somebody that wanted just your company.
Yeah, the trick is not to have one. I'm an ethereal being, and so
not to have what?
A body. A body. Yeah. I don't know.
Sexual organs.
Yeah, I don't do that.
So I mean, I say that in jest, obviously, but it does happen at times. Obviously, it happens to women more, but. Sometimes, I mean, it's happened to me before I got my girlfriend, but sometimes they'd reach out to me or I'd reach out to them and I'd try to be friends with, but sometimes nowadays, in today's age, I'm from a simpler time, but, the women, they move fast nowadays. Right. They move quick.
That's great, man. They're the cheetahs, we're the gazelles.
That's what it's turned into.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I'm not necessarily complaining, but it sometimes does ruin what could have been a cool friendship at times. So how was it when you woke up? You just woke up and bounced? Or did you guys wake up together?
I woke up and she made me breakfast. I walked back.
What was the breakfast?
The breakfast was eggs and bacon. It was pretty classic.
Damn.
And grape juice, which was delicious.
Cheese, eggs, watch was great.
Mm-hmm. It was a nice startup. And then I walked over to the BART in a nice sunny day.
And finally, the BART was open.
Back. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
But that was great. And then I got to show up and explain to my friends where I was all night. That's the good part.
They're like, damn.
The recap.
You always have these cool stories.
Mm-hmm. So that was cool. So I'd recommend that. 10 out of 10.
Listeners, the BART is the transit system out there. What's it called? What's the R for?
Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Rapid Transit.